Welcome to another episode and video on my Arduino Yun, which is half Linux embedded Linux computer, with USB data storage, as well as connected to breadboard with electronics and fischertechnik. Now, last time I constructed this mechanism using the second motor, and now it drives a chain, as you can see, which blocks temporarily the light beam between a lamp and a phototransistor, and that works nicely. I did have to replace a wire. This wire is new because the wire I used last time, and which I was using for quite some time, was actually too short. So with minimal movement it got pulled out of the breadboard. Now everything's alright. I also noticed that I made a slight mistake in connecting, and I will correct that in the drawing that I made as well. This wire, being from the transistor, has to be in the plus, and the other one is correctly connected to the voltage divider here. Now, what next? Well, basically, back to where it all started. Gathering of data. And there comes a problem, because last time I had a massive problem with the USB stick. And I have now a problem with capturing the data, or more appropriately, storing it. Or probably both. So I need data, I need to store that in an array, and I need to store that array in a file on the USB stick, and it can't be a string, it has to be raw data. Next thing is that I need to have anything written nicely. How do I do that? Well, that's a nice question. For now I'm going to test whatever I have. So first of all, I have to mount no, I'm not going to mount yet. I am going to test if this all works. So I'm going to log in. That should be no problem. Right, then giving it some input, and then I should be able to change the speed of that motor. Yes, I am able to, and then it runs slower, so that works nice. How about this one? This one has stopped. Oops. I need another screwdriver, but for now this one will have to do. And now it is touching some wood. Will it do it again now? Alright, why does this one stop? Does it need my help? Yeah, apparently. So, turning it up again. Turning it The other way, yep, and that's the one to go. So this is working alright. And now you can, by the way, also see that it works alright by means of the data. So here you can see the pulse width modulation and it works. Here you can see the up and down of the whole system, the phototransistor, and these are the pot meters. So back to what we'll start with. Data. Let's see how that works out. Alright, so now first let's take a look at mounting the USB right here. First check if it's there anyway. Yes, it is there. SDB. That's the nice thing of Linux. You can easily check whether or not things are working. Then I have to mount it. And I'm already root. So root means you have all system rights. You can do whatever you want, including completely ruining the system. So in that case, with that respect, you have to take care of what you do. Mine is the auto file system automatic dev SDP, and I mount it under MNT. No, and this is of course wrong because it is not DSB, it is SDB. Now it is alright. Yes, there we are. Very good. And now it starts. What's in it? Can I? Of course, I have to use MNT and then TXT. And here is the problem of last time. There's nothing in it, probably. No, there's nothing in it. And that is due to the simple fact that here, let me also check the proper board and the proper port. This one. And this is due to the fact that I changed this one. It says file write, not file append. So I'll probably be wise and say here append. Because if I write, it overwrites. In itself it isn't wrong, but maybe this will be better. And then certainly also not remove. Although when you have a file and you want to remove it, you want an empty file, you should remove the old one. But for now I'm going to do that manually. That is one thing. Then right in the end, how do I write it? Well, like this actually. And I should not print it, I should write it. So let's see how this is going to end up. What was that message? Oh, I can't do it. I have to, and it's uploading. And So those are quite a few messages. This is warning. Warning. All warnings. So it does compile. It did compile and has uploaded. Next. Does it work? One way to find out. Relog in. Right. And I'm afraid nothing has been written yet. So, where is it writing to anyway? It is file 1, data file. Data file going to text. And this is still data 1. Is that correct? Yeah, it is still correct. But nothing is being written so far. If I search for something, grep, and I could log for sensor. This doesn't, oh wait. I do this different. Is it better? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is not in there. If I check for NTC, nothing. Is it writing anything anyway? I don't know. I doubt it. So I need to check. Now, there are raising more questions, because first of all, here I open two files. So there are two files open at the same time. Reading information about file system open, it says there can only be one file system open. I doubt that, because I had created these ones, and if that information would be correct, I would have either an error or whatsoever, but not two files. Then another point, if I can't write it to the file yet, I can always write data on screen. So let me start by actually not whole data, but say data 0. What is the content of data 0? Will this work? And that would be printed on screen somehow, somewhere. So let's do that first. Is this string really into data, or am I mixing things up in a failing way? because last time I was also a bit confused about the way data had to be written. Here I declare data to be of character and 2 rows, 3 columns, and here just a data string, a pointer to data for 21 entries. And let's see what I end up with this. Data was not declared in this code, no, because it's data 1, that is correct. Go. And I have to be a bit patient. Now it's done. Good. So I have to log in again, of course. Right. And now another point is, of course, that how do I know that this is actually what is being done? Well, it should be after NTC value larger than 500. Do I see that anyway? No, really, actually. It's smaller or equal to 500. So that's another point. Sensor value, this spot meter. Do I see sensor value pot meter 1? Yes, I do. Alright, then I will have to add here, to make things clear for myself, data element 0 is, and here we get print line. That should be far more clear. Let's go again, and I ignore warnings. Because I just want to see if this is something that is being done. If it is empty or not, that is what I'm after. Alright. Go. And now, do I see data somewhere? Somehow? No, I do not. I don't see data 0 is. So I probably have to use a screwdriver to do something with a pot meter. Or do I? I still can't see anything. Alright, go on. Where is my data? Do I have data anyway? Or, equally as important, I have it now only here. and I probably should do it here as well, to make sure that it prints something in any case possible. I think that would be better. So this is an else if for smaller than 500, this is an else if for larger than 500. So I am making now a data 0 for exactly the same thing. I think that will be the best thing to do. And that will be right here, of course. Equal to this one. Then this will be element 1. This will be element 2. And for now that could be it. So let's just add here exactly the same thing. Yep. If this gives something, I know I did something wrong and what I did wrong. Let's go. Where? Ah, right. I have to do it more or less the same. This one, yep. String to sensor value, and this has to be then sensor value. And this one can go, because this is just a new line and I don't need a new line. Yeah, let's try this one. Where? That's better. So let's see how this ends up. Right, I did try something, and as you can see now, data 0 is being printed very nicely. And it actually is data 0 as done where? Smaller than 500. So actually this one is being printed very nicely now. Although the sensor value itself is not being printed or is empty. But anyway, now I know that this has actually a value, and that is very important. But why does this one sensor value has no value? It is, after all, potmeter 1, so it should give a value. On the other hand, wait a second, it is character. And for all I know, and let's get to that, yes, it's not a character. Well, that's a very good one. It is actually a digit, because if I look at what sensor value actually is, right back where here. It's an integer and not a character. So that's a very nice one. How do I get this one into that one? Does that matter? I hope not. It is being printed without a doubt here. So there is something to worry about. On the other hand, I know it works, so let's take care of some other stuff. Let me see if I can cast it. That would be a nice one. Ah, look at this. It has no problem casting it to character, as it looks like. Oh, by the way, it only prints, that's my mistake as well, it only prints data 0, not data 1. So I should make this 1. That's the point. Data 0, print data, console print data 0, and then I should print data 1. Because data 1 is only this. That's the point. Let's see how that ends up. Now I'm very curious. Am I correct? Where did I cast it? I have to do that exactly the same here. Of course, because here I did cast it here. Stay organized. Stay organized. One more time, and then I'll see how it ends up. If this really works. Yeah, alright, now it's time to see how it works out. Whoa, what is happening here? P. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. If this is 27, if you turn 27 into character, what do you get? Is that asking for P, for capital P? That is worth finding out. I have to wrap up this episode. First of all, ASCII is nice, but it's not consistent. The sensor value is not always 27. Apart from that, 27 is not the same as capital P, it is escape. And it gives P for, and data 0 gives, data element 1 gives P for more than one input, so it is not entirely consistent. Apart from that, Stay away from touching the camera. Apart from that, as I said, I made some progress that indeed when it can be printed on screen, there is the input for an array. So next step is putting the input, the contents of the array into a file, and that's up next. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. You can also follow me on Twitter. If so, then retweet and like and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. Like and leave a comment. Very much appreciated. As is that you can make a donation to keep videos coming your way. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned as supporter, producer, whatever. Just on my website, or on my website as well as with my videos, depending on the pledge you make. And this is going to be continued. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.